Hello, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited to bring this practice to you. We're going to be focusing a lot on the hips and lower back. It's going to be pretty gentle, pretty mellow, so I hope you enjoy it. Let's find ourselves in a comfortably seated position. If you have a yoga block, you can sit up on the yoga block. That might help open up your hips a little bit more. Let's have your hands come to your knees. We'll close the eyes. Big deep breath. Big full exhale, settling in, checking in, making sure our sits bones are firmly planted into the ground, nice tall spine, crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. We're going to inhale our arms up overhead, and then exhale into our first twist to the right, dropping that right arm behind you, anchoring that left hand to knee, big deep breaths, nice tall spine. On the exhale, see if you can go deeper. On the next inhale, lift that right arm up and over. Keep that left one anchored. Keep both sits bones anchored in the ground. Feel this opening up your right side. Nice straight arm up top, reaching through those fingertips. Exhale, bring that arm to meet the knee, rounding the back, tucking the chin, big deep breath. Exhale, let that right arm sneak behind. We'll spinal twist to the left, big deep breaths, nice tall spine. As you exhale, we're twisting more into it. The next inhale, we're going to reach that arm over. Keeping the right hand anchored, keeping both sits bones on the ground. Reaching through those fingertips, feeling that opening on the left side. We're going to exhale, return the left hand to the right knee, rounding the spine, tucking your chin. One more time. Let's twist to the right. Inhale that right arm over. Exhale that right hand to left knee, rounding and tucking the chin. Twisting to the left, nice tall spine. I'm going to inhale that left arm over. Reaching through the arm, nice straight arm, through the fingertips. Give them a wiggle. Sending energy to them. Last breath here. We'll exhale, return that left hand to right knee. Tuck your chin, round the spine, big deep breaths. Slowly rise out of that. We're going to shift into a figure four. Extend that right leg out. Make sure the flat of your foot is pressed into your thigh. Right foot's flexed. Inhale the arms up. We're gonna rotate, make sure you square off with that extended leg as then we fall forward. We're not really pulling ourselves towards that foot, just falling forward, opening up through the hips and back. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can add this left hand to the outside edge of the right foot and drop that right hand behind you. Let your head fall comfortably towards your knee or shin. 3 big long breaths here. Every time that exhale, you feel yourself sink deeper into it. Last breath. Release the twist. Slowly come out of that. We'll shift sides. Extending that left leg, bringing that right foot in. Inhale the arms up. Exhale over that leg. Let the head fully relax, tucking the chin. We can extend this by adding that twist, anchoring that right hand to left outside edge of your foot, extending that left arm behind you. 3 breaths here. Last breath. Slowly release the twist and uncome out of that. We're going to bring the flats of our feet together. You choose how close your heels are towards your pelvis. The sides of your feet are touching. You're kind of pulling your feet apart. You can use your elbows to press into your knees if that feels good. Just let your spine naturally round. It's okay for it to round here. Just let the head be heavy. Let the chin fall. Focusing on your inhales and full exhales. Letting that forehead fall towards your toes. Last breath here. Come up out of that. We're going to extend our legs forward. Let me turn this side for you. You can keep however big of a bend in the knee you need for this. That's okay. Feet are live, toes are flexed. Inhale up. And then we're going to exhale and just fall. Pull that belly in just so you can make more room for the ribs to fall towards your thighs. Again, we're not pulling towards our feet. We're just letting ourselves fall. We're not forcing anything. Big, long breaths here. Last breath. We'll slowly come up from that. We're going to slide down. Lay flat on our backs. Knees bent. We're going to cross that right ankle over your left thigh, and we are going to pull it in for a figure four. I want you to keep both feet flexed here. We're pulling that thigh towards us, maybe the knee, whatever feels comfortable to you. Last breath here. We're going to slowly lower that left heel down towards the ground. You're going to take your arms out like a cactus here, and then just let that right leg fall over. We're letting that right foot touch the ground if it can. Big breaths as we're opening up this hip and side body. One more big breath here. Press from your elbows to help ease yourself back up to center, and we're going to switch. Crossing that left heel over right knee and pulling that right leg in. You can hold the back of your thigh, you can hold the knee, whatever's comfortable for you. Keeping both feet flexed, toes live. Last breath here. Slowly return that right leg back to the ground and cactus out those arms, or let them go out to a T, and then let that left foot fall to the side as we twist from the hips. Breathe into the stretch here. One more breath. Anchoring those elbows into the ground as we turn ourselves back to center. Widen your feet wider than the mat. We're going to windshield wipers, dropping the right knee in, breath in. On the exhale, we switch. So really, at your own pace, at your own breath, just windshield wiper the knees side to side. Last ones. Come back to center. I want you to think we're going to do tree pose, but lying down. So extend that left leg out and flex the foot like you're standing on it, and drop that right thigh out and away like you're doing the tree pose but standing. You can just bring your hands to your belly here, let them rest. Everything should be relaxed besides that left leg. It's live, like you're standing on it. Letting everything else go. Feeling that stretch in the right hip. Focusing on your breathing. Last breath here. And we're going to slowly come back to center and switch. We're going to extend that right leg. Keep it live like you're standing on it and let that left thigh fall out and away. Everything else is relaxed here besides that right leg. Big breaths here. Last breath. And we slowly come back to center here. We're gonna turn over onto our hands and knees for some cat-cow. So easy does it. We're gonna inhale, arcing the spine, flexing your feet, keeping the lower ab engaged. Exhale, rounding the spine, pressing those palms firmly into the ground, tucking the chin. Flats of your feet into the ground. Inhaling, tucking your feet. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Find neutral. We're going to extend our left leg out, pressing firmly into the pads of our feet, into our toes, pumping through the heel, stretching that calf. Big breaths here. All right, we're going to pause with that heel flexed. We're going to kickstand, so you're going to drop the heel, turn the toes out. I'm pivoting on my knee, and I'm opening up to like a side plank here. Big breaths. From here, we're gonna reach that arm overhead, creating a nice straight line from your fingertips to the pinky toe. One more breath here. Return that hand to meet the other hand, knee to meet the other knee. Inhale. Exhale. Neutral spine. Let's extend that right heel out, pressing through the pads of the toes, the ball of the foot, pumping that heel, stretching the calf. When you can, you're going to stay put in that back position. Kickstand the heel, pivot on that knee, and let that right arm come up. Here we are on this side plank. And then you're going to reach over, opening up through that left side, creating a nice straight line from the pinky toe all the way to your fingers. Big breathing here. Last breath. And we'll return. Hands meet hands, knees meet knees. Inhale. Exhale. Sink those hips to heels for child's pose. I want you to press firmly into the pads of your fingers. Press, press, press. See how that can shift your hips closer toward your heels. Walk both hands over to the left. You can stack your hands or keep them shoulder width apart. Again, pressing into the palms of hands, those fingertips, shifting the heels, hips back to heels. That's the intention. On your next exhale, return to center and over to the opposite direction. Feeling this open up that other side body. Big breaths here. Last breath, and on the exhale, return to center. We're going to bend the elbows, bringing your hands together in prayer position, pressing the pads of each finger together. Bringing the thumb back to touch your neck, feeling that stretch in your triceps. See if you can inch those elbows farther away. Empty out those armpits. Big breath here. Press firmly into each one of those fingertips. Release. Slowly come out of this. Back to tabletop. Curl those toes under and we're up for our downward dog. Oh yeah. Pedal the downward dog, lifting one heel up. So a good way to know how to measure your downward dog is if you should be able to walk out. So I had to adjust, right? You want to be in a high plank position. You should be able to shift from a plank to a downward dog pretty comfortably. It's a good way to measure your downward dog. All right, so we're gonna move into lizard pose. We're gonna inhale that right leg up and bring it through your legs. Drop that left knee all the way down, untuck the toes of that left foot. And here we are in lizard pose. If you can drop down to your forearms, awesome. I cannot. On the next exhale, we're gonna rock back, shifting that hip to heel, letting your toes come up, bringing that right hand on the other side to frame your foot, big breaths. Rock forward. Opening up the hip. On the exhale, rock back. And last time. Really feel that in the glutes and hamstrings here, right? We'll get that right leg back to meet the left and return to that downward dog. Big breaths. Pedal the downward dog. Getting that inversion here, upside down action. All right, inhale that left leg up. Swing it forward and through. Drop that right knee down, untuck the toes, and here we are in lizard pose on the other side. So notice, are your hips tilted? You want to make sure that you're even between both knees. I tend to kind of dip a little bit to the right like this. So if you watch, here's neutral, there's the dip. I got to pay attention to that, so I can't see you, so you've got to pay attention to that. Shift the weight back, hips to heel, let the toes come up. My left arm is framing my left leg. My arms are framing the leg, you see. And we'll rock back forward. Big breathing here. Make sure your hips are neutral. And rock back. We're doing 3 per side, so just work at your own pace here. Last rock back here. Return that left leg to meet the right. And just shift back to child's pose here. One more breath. We're going to curl the toes under and find ourselves in downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg up, forward and through. We're going to find ourselves standing to high lunge. Whoa. We're going to open out, thank goodness, to warrior 2. So this isn't gymnastics. You don't have to stick your landing. You can adjust your pants or whatever you need to do. So you got a nice 90-degree bend in this front knee. Knee is stacked with the heel. This heel is in line with that midpoint of your arch. Want to make sure they're nice in alignment. Your palms can be up. Your palms can be down, up to you. We're going to drop that right arm to right leg and reach the left arm over. Big breath here. Nice straight line through that elbow, through the fingertips, opening up that left side. On the exhale, we're going to windmill in reverse, dropping that left arm, reaching that right arm over. If you close your eyes, you might fall over. Be careful. Keep that front knee bent here. Return to warrior 2. We're going to prepare for a triangle pose. So we're going to unbend that front knee, reach towards the right, shifting the weight to that back hip, dropping, windmilling the arms down, right hand to shin or calf, and just ease down. If you've got a block, you can use a block. I just can tense my fingers. I can barely touch the ground over here. Big breaths. Last breath. So be careful. We're gonna frame the flag, bend that front knee, and lift up like we did for that warrior one, and then we fall back into warrior two. Nice job. We're gonna shift into a wide-legged stance. I'm squeezing my glutes here. Feel a nice stretch right through here, yeah? Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge. Oh yeah. Hello, hamstrings and glutes. Hug the elbows, let the head fall heavy. I love this song. I'm trying not to like sing in your ear. Shaking the head, yes. Shaking the head, no. Bend the knees slightly as we slowly come to standing. And inhale the arms up. And drop into warrior two. Bending that left leg. Checking with our alignment. We want to make sure that this heel is in alignment with the arch of that back foot. How's it look? You look good? I'm sure you do. We're going to drop that left elbow to left thigh. We're going to reach that right arm over. Big breath here. Feeling that straight line from your hip to your fingertips. On the next exhale, you're going to windmill the arms and reverse this. Woo! Keep that front knee bent. Reaching back and over. And return to warrior two. Get a little deeper if you can. Preparing for triangle pose, we unhinge that front knee, lean forward, shifting the weight to that back hip, windmill the arms to the shin, to the calf. Big breath, the gaze is towards that top hand. Last breath here. Remember, when we stand, we bring both arms to frame the foot. We bend that front knee, lift up to warrior one, and pivot out to warrior two. Good job. We're going to turn to our front-facing forward fold. Squeeze your glutes. Big breath in. And hinge forward. Let that head fall heavy. Hug the elbows. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Go ahead and anchor your hands as you walk your feet in. So we find ourselves in a traditional forward fold. We'll hug the elbows again, let the head feel heavy. Release the elbows, slowly come up. Bring your arms in the swooping position, up and around. Prayer pose. We'll slowly bring our hands to meet our heart. I'm gonna shake it out. How are you feeling? Let's go ahead and bring ourselves to a comfortably seated position. We're gonna end with a short meditation. You know, all of that is to prepare for some stillness. So again, I'm not a certified yoga instructor. I'm not gonna put us in Shavasana, where we lay down. So find a comfortably seated position. Let the eyes fall closed, the lids feel heavy. Tune into your breath. How does your body feel? Can you feel the energy buzzing from all the breathing, all the moving? Do you feel any different than when we started? Take a moment. Thank yourself for showing up today. Showing up for your body, for your spirit, for your mind. Okay, if your mind starts to wander, just bring it back to right here. I mean, focus on your breath, the sound of the music. begin to blink your eyes, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll your shoulders. How do you feel? Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again. Have a great rest of your day, evening, night.